What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we are officially 11 days away until San Diego's Comic-Con, and the reason why this is a big thing, just in case you guys did not know, is because of course the Avengers team are heading over to that event. We know there's going to be exclusive Q&As, etc, etc, and the one thing we are all waiting to see is some more gameplay. Now, of course, that being said, with the big E3 announcement, showing gameplay at San Diego's Comic-Con actually does sound realistic. So with that in mind, today we have a bunch of cool stuff to talk about. Now, I actually want to just kick off this video with an idea that I thought would be pretty neat, and I did see it on the Avengers fan-made Twitter account. So they actually said, though it hasn't been confirmed yet, would you guys want Avengers to have split screen / local play? Now, a lot of people were saying, as nice as this does sound, realistically speaking, it's probably not going to happen. But if that was an option of something that could be in the game, is it something you guys want to see? Get in the comment section below and let me know. But yesterday I took to my community tab and asked you guys, what are your top 3 sort of gameplay features, or your top gameplay features as a whole, that you really want this game to have? So I've handpicked a few comments and we have some very cool ideas. So to begin with, I'm starting off with a dude who goes by the name Aiden, and he said free roam with the team. Now, where we already know that this is essentially an open world game, but it's not going to have one big open world, but instead I'm assuming hopefully one kind of world that's bigger than the others, but they're all going to be open world. What I think would be really cool is if when you go into these worlds, hopefully going off the bases, you can play as any of the Avengers. So let's just say in this, for example, you're Iron Man, you go into a world but you want to call Captain America, for instance. Maybe you can get him to come along with you. A little bit, sort of out there, but if you guys have ever played a Saints Row game, and I think it was Saints Row 3 to be specific, again, two completely opposite games, but they had like a little thing similar where you had a team, but you can essentially call your team with you. If you've played that, you know exactly what I mean. So if you don't still understand what I'm saying, basically go anywhere you want, but call your team and they can come with you and essentially be like your little gang, okay? Now I'm assuming you guys know and can envision the same thing and how cool it would actually be. But you guys get in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on that. Now the second one is about using vehicles. So this comment says, using vehicles like Captain America's motorcycle to explore the hub worlds. Now this is something, being completely honest, I never even thought of. And if this is going to be, implemented into the game, it's gonna be a ton of fun. Of course, a lot of people are still partially disappointed about this game. A lot of people have been saying we've waited so long to see so little. So whether the gameplay is revealed in 11 days or not, the point is when we do see this gameplay, it's going to determine a lot of things. So whatever they show, it needs to be something really cool. And if using vehicles is a thing in the game, then showcasing that in some gameplay to explore the worlds is going to be such a cool feature that I know for a fact a lot of people will like, because it's just something you don't really care so much if it's in the game, but when it's in the game, you're probably gonna realize, well, I didn't know I needed this so much until now, basically. So it would be a cool feature, just vehicles and different, I guess, types of transportation in the game. Now, the next one is first open world, second making character combination combos, then finally go into some special places like Space Wakanda, Helicarrier, and of course the Avengers Tower. What would definitely be a big letdown is if there's key features, key buildings in the game that aren't accessible. I know games like Spider-Man PS4 really missed out on shots like that where you can enter certain buildings, and I really hope they've seen that and seen that although the detail in that game was great, actually going inside certain buildings, whether they would be I don't know, sort of, like in this case, if it was the Avengers tower, that would be something really good, but like the helicarrier, etc. I don't want it just to be like one of those sightseeing things and then you only get to go into there in certain missions, or if you're upgrading stuff, etc, etc. You guys see what I mean, like landmarks that are key to the story, but you can actually go inside and maybe like a bunch of different ones as well. I think that would be really, really neat. Now, the next one is from Alex, and he says, being able to throw Captain America's shield freely, as in not just pushing a button like square or something, but maybe holding square and looking at where you want to throw it, and then he throws it in that direction. 1A, if when you hold down square, there could be a meter or something indicating the strength at which you can throw Captain America's shield. Option B, when you throw the shield in a direction, it would be cool if it could knock things over, or brackets depending on the strength that you throw it at. It will get stuck in a wall or even bounce off it or something like that. Again, Alex, this is a really, really cool idea. These are literally things I've never ever thought about, but when I see comments like this, you realize like, wow, how cool would that actually be? And I like the idea of, you know, having that sort of strength like meter indicating how far you're going to be able to throw it. And maybe if it's something that is like an upgrading type of system, essentially a skill tree, I don't know, just something where you unlock that, but then you kind of upgrade on how far you can maybe throw the shield, how powerful the shield gets, etc, etc. That again leads to another thing in the game that makes you want to do things in order to unlock things like this. And we know that, for example, Hulk, I can't remember who said it, but I know I mentioned it in a couple of videos back, that when he does throw things, or specifically like enemies, we know you can pick up 1 or 2 enemies at the same time and actually freely sort of run around with them. So whether or not there's going to be objects in this case where you could be Hulk and you can have that, you know, unique feature to that character where you can pick up things and then free roam around with it, I couldn't see why they wouldn't do it with Captain America's shield. Hopefully that is a thing, Alex, because that is a super, super cool idea. Now, you guys get in the comment section below with the gameplay, okay, that is still pending. We don't know whether or not we're going to get it out San Diego's Comic-Con, okay? 11 days left. Let's sort of be realistic as possible here. We know there's a Q&A. We know a lot of important people from the, you know, Avengers team are going to be there. Do they need big events to show gameplay? Hell no, of course not. But will they actually go to things like Game Informer, where essentially there'll be a month coverage, etc? Of course. Is that going to happen anytime soon for that month coverage? Definitely not. We know that it's probably going to be maybe January, February time. That sounds like a realistic time frame, but in between that, what I don't want the team to do, because I've seen loads of game companies do it, okay? Where they show gameplay, but then they show way too much of it. Like, when I say way too much, I mean you're seeing so much of the game that you feel like you've already played the game, and then you ultimately make that decision where you're not going to go and get that game. I've seen many companies do it before, and it doesn't always go well. You know, when you see like certain, I guess, gameplay videos that are exclusive and loads of people playing it, it just doesn't work all the time. I think if they work in the same way Insomniac Games did, where everything released, okay, is basically gone over, confirmed, everything is official, they know they got all the features in there, they know that essentially no one's going to criticize this in the sense of just a random person. Of course you're going to get people that are going to criticize things that just look way too much into things like, well, why is his arm moving like this? Okay, you know you're going to get that. But what I'm saying is, at the same time, don't, you know, release the next piece of gameplay that is sort of unfinished. So what I'm hoping is, what I would like to see is 11 days left, some new gameplay details and some more snippets of gameplay, okay? I don't want another trailer, I don't want a cinematic trailer, I don't want to see cutscenes. If I'm seeing anything visually for this game now, I want to see gameplay, and more specifically, I want to see combat and I want to see some free roam. If they actually release that in 11 days, then that is going to be absolutely insane. A lot of people are on the edge of their seats now since, of course, E3. It was literally one of those things where we just waited for so long and we got to see so little, which did suck. but of course technical reasons, etc, the time and all that. So what I'm hoping is that we are going to get this in 11 days. But again, you guys get in the comment section below and leave your overall thoughts on how you're feeling about the Avengers game, and whether you know that it's going to beat Spider-Man PS4, or if you're kind of doubting it at the moment. Of course, they can go many different ways, but it does all vary on where the team are aiming to go, how they want to continue the game after, etc. But you guys get in the comment section below. That is going to wrap up this video here. As always, subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.